Hey, what's up? What's going on? It's your boy Samoski. Today I'm back again with another tutorial. So today I'm just going to be telling you why your mixes don't sound professional. The first thing we are going to be looking at is why your beat doesn't sound good. So in another tutorial, I'm just going to be explaining for the vocals why your vocals don't sound professional. So guys, the first reason I want to show you why your mix doesn't sound good is because of the wrong selection of samples. When you load in a sample, you just have to tighten it up with this out button. As you can see, this is the original sound of the percussion. If you listen at the end of the sound, you're going to hear a sharp sound. So this is what's causing that sound. So I advise you always cut your sample to remove unnecessary noise. Even if it's your kick, your snare, just try to make it clean. So as you can see, that noise is not there anymore. Now, the second reason why your beat doesn't sound professional is because you use a low quality plugin. If you want to get that high quality tone, you need to use plugins like Omnisphere, Kontakt, Nexus, Expand. So those plugins has high quality instruments. So if you want to get that standard quality, go for plugins that has a larger file size, because the larger the file size, the better the sound quality. I'm going to load Purity and I'm going to load Expand so that you can see the difference. I'm going to select the same tone and you'll see the difference. So I'm just going to select Marimba on Purity, then select Marimba on Hypersonic so that we can see the difference. So I'm just going to play some notes. So I'm going to play the one from Expand, then later on I'll be playing the one from Purity so that you can differentiate the sound. So this is the one from Expand. Let me play the one from Purity. So guys, you can see that Expand sounds better than Purity. You can see they are both in the same octaves and Expand sounds better. So if this beat gets louder, like in the mastering process, you're going to see that the one from Purity will not be able to produce that high quality sound, but for Expand. So guys, another reason why your beat doesn't sound professional is because you select so many tones and now it becomes so difficult for you to mix. So I advise you, when you're learning this mixing process, you need to select few instruments. As you're learning, mix few instruments. Don't use so many instruments, because once you use so many instruments, you've not gotten the idea of frequencies. So you don't even know when it's clashing. So all you have to do is select few instruments. When it's few, you can be able to mix them properly. That brings me to the point where I want to say, if you have a very poor mix, your instruments are not going to sound good. When I mean poor mix, what I'm talking about, your bass is supposed to be in the middle. You don't pan your bass to the left or right. Your snare can be panned left or right. Your kick cannot be panned. Your kick is supposed to be in the middle of your mix. Something like your tom, your hi-hats, you can pan them because they sound better when they are panned than just in the middle. So once you pan those instruments, it's going to create a way for your vocals to sit properly in the beat. Another reason why your beat doesn't sound professional is because you don't reference your track. I'm just going to be showing you how to reference right about now. So I'm going to be using a plugin called Magic AB. So what this plugin does, it helps you to reference your track. So let's say you're going to click here to load in a track which you want to reference. So make sure that the genre of music you're doing, it's similar to the one you want to reference with. when you're loading the song, reduce the volume of the song which you're using as a reference. You reduce the volume to match your own volume by using this meter. So in another tutorial, I'm going to be explaining how to use Magic AB. So how it works is that once you load the song, so let me load a song for example. So once you load the song, you're just going to loop the area where you want to copy from. Let's say this is your target. You want your kick to sound exactly like the way this particular song sounds. So you just got to select that point, listen to the kick, then check your own kick if it sounds exact. So if it doesn't sound exactly like that, you need to select another tone. So now for the loudness, if you notice that their kick is very loud, you need to adjust your own kick to match their own kick which you're referencing. I don't know if you understand. So maybe in a later tutorial, I'm going to be using this software to explain everything you need to know. Another reason why your beat doesn't sound good, it's because you're not exporting the right way. So I'm just going to be showing you how to export the right way to get a higher quality. First of all, you have to come to your audio setting and make sure you're using your sound card. If you don't have a sound card, you can use your device. So make sure that this mix in buffer switch is turned off and the triple buffer is turned off. So I only turn this on when I have glitches. When I mix, maybe my RAM cannot contain all the processes. So I just have to turn them on so that the processes is reduced. So the next thing I like to do is resampling quality. So your quality, I set it at 512 point sync. You understand? So this is the highest quality. So I'm getting the highest quality from the samples I'm using. So if yours is about 24 sync, you have to turn it to 512 point sync. Then now when you're exporting your song, it doesn't matter whether it's MP3 or WAV. You're going to select high quality for all plugins, and the sampling quality is supposed to be at the highest. Now if it's MP3 you're exporting, you're going to put it at the highest bit rate, so it's 320. But from 256 it's okay, but I recommend you put it at 320. Now if you're trying to export a WAV song, you're supposed to put it at 24 bits, and it's supposed to be a stereo. You can copy my informations, you can copy my settings if you like to, then you can export. So guys, another reason why your beats doesn't sound good is because you're not listening with the right equipment. So if you have a good speaker or you have a good headphones, or if you know how your speakers interpret music, you can be able to identify if your mix sounds good or not. So if you're working with low budget speakers or headphones, you have music in your phones, so play those music, listen how they sound, then play your own, compare the two and see if yours sounds like the commercial songs. To save yourself the stress, try to save up money to get a good headphone or a good monitor speaker. So if you don't have a good monitor speaker, try as much as you can to get a good headphones that's going to solve the problem. Another reason why your beat doesn't sound good, it's because you are over compressing or you are not using the right amount of reverb or delay. So I always advise, when you're making your beats or you're mixing your beats, all you got to do is put in little amounts of reverb, just little amounts. Don't put it too much, because once it's too much, it's going to kill the mix. And also your compression, don't compress too much, especially when you don't know how to compress. So a good way to start is by using presets. So in every effects plugin there are presets, so try to use those presets, because presets are the best way to learn how to mix. Another reason why your beat doesn't sound good is because you do not quantize your beats properly, and also you do not listen to all the instruments individually. So let me just show you what I'm talking about. For example, this is our marimba. So if I should turn on the metronome, so as you can see, most of the notes are not quantized properly. So the best way to do this is to select all the notes and press Ctrl Q to quantize them. Then if you still notice that they are not quantized, you can put them at the right place. So I advised you have to solo all your instruments one after the other to hear how they sound before you export your beats. So guys, the final reason why your beats doesn't sound professional, it's because you're using a poor PC. Your PC doesn't meet up the recommended settings for music production. So make sure your PC has a minimum of 4 gigabytes of RAM. You have a processor of 2.7 minimum, and also you're using a Pentium laptop or Core i3 or Core i5 for Windows. So if you're on Mac, you shouldn't be having any problems. So guys, if this tutorial have been really helpful to you, like the video, hit the subscribe button, share with your friends. See you on the next tutorial. Bye.